Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Mordecai, and today for this video I'd like to go over how to go about getting nuts and bolts a lot easier, because I've heard that question a couple times in the lower levels. So in this video I'd like to cover that and a little bit about expeditions. So I'm going to jump right into it and see if I can help you out. Alright guys, before I jump into the mission, I figured I would kind of show you maybe a place you would like to go to try to farm it, and that spot would actually be the industrial park on the map. I've got it actually selected right here on the map. If you look up here on the top left, you'll see it say Industrial Park. When you find any type of mission like that, it traditionally has a lot more of the factory type buildings and structures, such as generators and things like that. That's what you're going to be after when you try to go into these missions to look around. So when I cut over, I'm actually going to be in the mission so I can show you the exact objects that I'm talking about.
Weather balloon. Find the landing site, build defenses, and keep the balloon safe until the data's been transferred.
Alright guys, I'm here at the factory as you can see by the buildings, and perfect, there's actually one right here. These are what you're going to be after, like these green generator looking objects. Whenever you punch them, just like I did here, if you look in the top left, you're going to see it where it says I got 10 nuts and bolts just from that one object alone. So I just punched another one right here, perfect. So you're going to want to keep doing this in these type of zones. I mean, you're going to constantly keep getting more and more and more of these, and it's going to continually add up. The last batch I just hit was obviously 16, and I'm on a streak. Right here's another one. So I'm going to run right over here. Just going to check before I punch it to make sure there's nothing else behind it, and there's not. So nail this one. Bam, 11 right off the bat. Just a single one. Normally when doing this, you would be hitting other things like the cars and other objects, but I'm just kind of trying to show you the big key items that you're going to want to hit when you're in these zones. Perfect. I'm actually getting really lucky this run. Got another green generator right here, and I believe these are transmission lines, or like the transmission towers, like the blue object right here in front of me, as well as this green one. These also give a whole lot of nuts and bolts for, you know, just a single hit. So right there's a single hit, 6 off that one, another single hit, you know, got another, I believe that's, what, 9? Yeah, 9 off that one. So running over this way. Again, more of those green generators. You always want to hit these things if you're farming for them, because they just give so many nuts and bolts. If you keep an eye on that top left, you'll see them as it keeps adding up as I'm going through here. Oh, this guy. There we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Perfect. These are like your gold mine for the nuts and bolts stuff, at least in my opinion. I'm going to tear this down so you can see it. And it's always zombies in the way, you know, trying to feel it here. Alright. Now that he's out of the way. These right here, this whole section, to me this is also considered like a gold mine, because I mean, you'll see whenever I hit this whole area. I'm going to try to get these cars out of the way too, just so I don't... Well, so much for that. Well, 23 right off the bat with the cars and those objects. So this kind of just shows what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to hit all these at the same time. Perfect. Look at that, 40. So, and these things, also when you're in these zones, you need to grab like the little piles of metal that's laying on the ground, because they also give you nuts and bolts as well, and the metal. So again, it's something that you really should focus on. When you're here, again, hit cars, hit everything else, because it'll give you a little bit of everything if you're after the nuts and bolts. But again, the whole point of this video is to try to show you, you know, the easiest and the fastest ways, in my opinion, or at least from what I've seen, to go about getting these objects, because a lot of the lower level players seem to run out of them a lot. So hopefully this kind of opens up just how people can get these items so easily. So let me run over this way and see if I can find any more of these power. Oh, here we go, perfect. Another green generator. See, they're abundant in the industrial parks, like they're everywhere, it feels like. You will get a map or two where you don't seem to get them as much as you probably should, but I mean, you may get one like this map I've got here, right? I can't seem to stop finding them, to be honest with you. Let's see. See if I can find another one here. You could always get the little, if you're an outlander like I am, you could always go back and get the llama spheres, those right there. They're nice if you want to get about 100 of each material type. So, I mean, it's definitely something you can keep in mind if you're wanting to get that as well while you're farming this stuff. So let's see. Remember what I said about the generators? Looky here. Got some more. So we'll run over here, and another nice little complex over here to the right. So this should work out pretty well. I'm going to knock these down. Knock this one down. Bam. Up to 21 off that again. Let me run over here, and I'm going to knock all these down so I can kind of give you an idea of what's in this one too. You notice it's always dealing with like the power, the generators, like the Tesla looking towers. It's all those items are great for the whole nuts and bolts. So
any attacks from
knock
the
all
storm's
these down
creatures
just so
could
it's a
corrupt
little
the
easier
data.
for you guys to see it.
You'll want to build defenses around the balloon's landing site.
Continue knocking this down. And again, that pile of metal, I'm going to grab that here in just a second to kind of prove a point again that you always want to grab these right here because, again, they give nuts and bolts, they give metal, and oh, crap. Hang on a minute. Got a full bag. I probably should have checked that. Hang on a second. Let me find something here I can dump. Yeah, I don't need that powder. That's old powder. Alright, so let me pick this back up. So we got 11 from that. And then we're going to go ahead and start knocking these suckers down. Look at that. 56 from that group. 20 from that. So 76 nuts and bolts just from that area, not including the, I believe it was 11 that I got from the other one. So yeah, guys, this is what you need to do if you really want it. I'll add up a total right here at the end of the video, or at least at the end of the segment, so you can see it. And I'm gonna move over to the next one. Alright guys, this is the part of the video that I would like to use to go over the expeditions. If you think about it, when you turn the game off, your heroes aren't doing anything anyway. So why don't we send them out and actually get them to get us some items. I sent out a couple before I went to work yesterday after this recording. So the idea was to kind of show you what you will actually get from these expeditions. So I'm going to go over here to my Heroes tab, go down to Expeditions, and let's see what we got here. My first one I think was a trap expedition. Yeah. So we'll see what we got. Never mind, it failed. Alright, let's try the second one. The second one is like a red toolbox, which gives you a lot of materials. So, great, 100%, there's no way I could fail that one. So you got some resin, got some flowers, the rough ore, some blasting powder, got a couple of the gizmos, 94 herbs, which are great for gas traps, 56 bacon, kind of the same deal there. Got your planks and your power cells, duct tape's always useful. There's your nuts and bolts, well over 300 when you combine the two groups together. So that's always really nice. Got the coal. Don't really care about a lot of the rest of this, unfortunately, like the mechanical parts and the crystal and all that. I kind of have plenty of it, but it's always something that if you need it and you're not going to be playing the game for maybe about 8 hours or more, this is a really, really nice way to get some extra materials when you're not playing the game. This one, I believe, was a trap one. Yeah, okay. So, bam, 10 gas traps, 10 floor launchers, and 10 of these ceiling things. You may be saying, well, why would I want those? The big thing is you could set those up in your storm shield, and you can actually break those and get materials from those as well, especially with the new enhanced demolitions. You can get those from this mission right here where it says it's totally a trap. You'll see it looks like a little bear trap emblem. That's where you can get those type of traps from to kind of help you with that. When you see these brown boxes here, those are more focused on like the gears and the ore. And the red toolbox is where I got a lot of the herbs and the bacon from. So those are the big three, in my opinion, that you might want to focus on. The rest of these are like you can get heroes or survivors from them. And if you look on the left there as I'm scrolling up the different power levels, that's dictated by the power level of your heroes. And you need to exceed whatever that power level is in order to get 100%. So the last two is like the brick and the wood. So those are always nice if if you're running short and you're going to be away from the computer for maybe 6 hours or so. Send those out. You'll get some materials coming back to you when you come back home. So it's easy to use it. It uses people as a resource. When you get survivors during those missions, you want to use those and spend those here so that you can get materials when you're not playing the game. But guys, that's basically it. I hope this information helps you out. So I'm going to kind of cut over to my end sequence and maybe go over what I plan to do next week. So I'll see you in the next area. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I've got for this week. Hopefully the nuts and bolts farming method kind of helps you out if you're having troubles with it. So with that, I'm going to end the video. What I'm going to do for next week is kind of deviate away from the new player guide stuff. I actually want to see just how long the day-night cycles are in the game, because I have a couple theories in my own head about maybe future perks and even current ones in the game that reflect the whole day-night cycle. So I'd like to see just how long the day-night cycle is in the game, and if it changes from mission to mission or if it's constant. So with that, I'll see you next week.